What's going on, my friends? My name's Corrupt, and it is time to talk about the easiest new to Town 12 attack strategy you can use for 3 stars. Let's start off with the use of no Grand Warden. In fact, this can be used without a Grand Warden or Archer Queen. Now, of course, the main thing that you want to make sure that you're doing is using your lightning spells to clear through 2 different multi-Inferno compartments. The main goal of this is to create a funnel. Now, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are able to use the lightning spells around the Inferno Tower. That is going to help you a lot because you're able to then clear through other defensive structures while that is going on. So you're going to do the same thing on the opposite side of the base. The main goal of this is to have an easy and predictable lane to go in. So you should look for that 3rd Inferno, Eagle Artillery, and the Town Hall all in a line so you're able to work yourself through with no problem. Now, in terms of golem placement, another very important topic, being able to make sure that you got your golems going on the left and the right and having a group go into the core is how you want to think about it. So using 3 to 4 witches on the outside and the rest of them going in is really what you want to make sure that you're doing. Having the log launcher go in, getting rid of other structures like the Inferno and making it a lot easier, even using a rage spell early for your heroes and for the skeletons and witches allows you to really have a good amount of support. Of course, having the Grand Warden ability here would be nice, but you don't always actually need to have it. So being able to still move through dealing with the enemy CC, and as you're able to push your way through, at the end of the day, this is going to come down to your Queen's ability. Being able to get rid of the Town Hall is one of the most important things that you will want to do. So of course, if you do want to use that Queen ability against the Town Hall, you should. But overall, you could save that for a different sort of defense, or if she gets way lower in HP. Overall, this can be used quite effectively on a lot of different bases, and overall it really comes down to how well you are able to execute your lightning spells and also your golem placement. But this is going to help you really understand how you can get a 3-star even if you don't have your Grand Warden or your Archer Queen. Now, of course, there is also the chance that you may have some lower level heroes, whether this be maxed for Town Hall 11 or lower than that. So let's go over that. You could also bring in the use of super archers with this one since their range is quite insane. Now, of course, I don't necessarily have the lowest heroes to show you, in which these ones are 53, 65, and 36. But trust me when I say this, it can still work with a lower level Queen, lower level Grand Warden, and lower level King. The lightning spells and Earthquake. Using 5 lightning and 4 Earthquake is enough to get through a Eagle Artillery and damage the Town Hall just enough for a log launcher. The idea of using 4 Earthquakes is to open up not just the core, but also opening up the beginning part of the attack. So this is not a traditional Zap Witches, but being able to have the golems go into tank along with having the witches and the super archers kind of go in a line is how you really want to think about it. Using the Grand Warden ability early, as long as you have him above that level 20, that will make sure that you're able to protect the log launcher just enough so it's able to clear through the Town Hall with absolutely no problem whatsoever. And at that stage, you have no spells to really support anything, and overall, you've got your heroes and the super archers and the witches to move through. Yes, are the walls a bit ugly? Yeah, they are, but overall, this base was almost, I would say, 100% maxed. So this is a very simple way of showing that this can still work very well with lower level heroes against more max bases. So you could use the more earthquake spells instead of lightning. That depends if the Infernos are in the core or not. So it really depends on how bad the layout is and really the strength of you attacking with an attack strategy like this. But it can still work with some lower level heroes. Instead of bringing in the use of golems, you can always bring in the use of the ice golems. Now, in terms of lightning spells, you have the option to use it versus a single target Inferno like this. So remember, using the lightning spells to clear through a multi-Inferno, try to use them around for the most part, so you're able to get rid of the Inferno Tower along with some other structures. But you also could use this against a single target Inferno, which can really only be as useful if you are using the lightning spells to create a funnel for your witches and all of that. That way, what you're able to do is move your way through into the base. So in this case, you've got a really nice lane to move in with the witches. You've got your golem, your ice golems, and your witches moving through, and you have a really nice amount of ice golems as they're able to work themselves through. Having the freeze is really, really nice for them. So using the heroes as they move in with the log launcher is incredibly important. You do want to make sure that you've got them trying to go into the base if possible. If you can have some of the witches go in, that could really help too. As you can see, having that distraction from the skeletons really does wonders. You can even deal with the enemy CC with the logs because they are able to bounce away smaller units like skeletons. Using the Grand Warden ability early does protect that log launcher, and in case you don't get to the town hall with the log launcher, you always got the Archer Queen to help take that down with no problem. Or you can even use your Barbarian King to get through it. At this point, dealing with the third Inferno on the back end can be a risky situation, but being able to have your hero ability still, even if she is not maxed out, this can still work incredibly well. Even though maybe some of the witches could die from a giant bomb, being able to make sure that you're still able to get through, taking down the Inferno Tower, and allowing yourself to have a lot of witches still up really helps. Having the ice golems on either the left or the right side, especially where you use the lightning spells, can truly help your attack a lot. Having some cleanup like a baby dragon isn't a bad play either, as you can really provide a lot of support, and you'll have a really, really good run with the use of the Zap Witches. Now, another option that you have with witches is Super Witches, but more specifically, my favorite version of this, the Super Witch Slap. For the most part, you always want to go in towards the town hall. So using your first jump to get into the base and using another jump to go across it is what you really want to do. So you want to start off with using witches and healers on either side. So being able to make sure that you're treating this like a witch slap is how you kind of want to think about it. So you're pretty much creating the funnel on two different sides, so you can send your super witches, your siege barrack, and your heroes into the base. That's how you kind of want to think about it. So overall, you're using your super witches and healers on either side, makes it a little bit simple. And once you've cleared through enough structures on either side, you can start to use your P.E.K.K.A. and then also your siege barrack with your bowlers and your heroes. So in this case, using the first jump gives you access into the town hall. Having a P.E.K.K.A. really does help with the funneling and also with a little bit more tankage early on. And as you want to make sure that you're doing is having your heroes go into the base. Dealing with the enemy CC is not difficult. You want to use that Grand Warden ability roughly early, especially as you're dealing with the Town Hall. You've got a Rage spell for those bowlers as you start to work yourself in. Now, the second jump spell is really important. In this case, the second jump really takes advantage of this base. You can now get the Eagle Artillery and this second Inferno Tower, making it so much easier as you work yourself in. So using the Rage spells as you're able to work your way through does help with your heroes and your bowlers quite extensively. Now, the other thing that you're going to be bringing is Hog Riders from your Siege Barrack. This is going to provide a ton of support on the side where you're starting to thin out with your heroes and your bowlers. So having them go in for something like that third and final Inferno Tower can really help. Using a heal spell for either the bowlers or for the Hog Riders can be a very smart play as you're able to continue to work yourself around. The only thing that is going to be remaining is going to be that third Inferno. For the most part, you might be able to get it with the hogs. Unfortunately, in this case, he wasn't able to because of the spring trap. But with the super witches, as long as you have at least 3 of them still alive, you are guaranteed to get the triple. Even if they all die and you still have big boys, you're going to be able to get the triple with no problem. That is why it is so strong, and you can still use this with some lower level heroes. I think that this is one of the better examples of attacks that do work fairly well without having most of your troops inside the base. Having the super witches can provide a ton of support already. Make sure to check out some of my other videos and playlists. They're over here. And also make sure, guys, to subscribe to the channel and use code Corrupt, and I'll catch you in the next video. Corrupt, signing out.